Hello, this is Socrates Johnson, MD, and welcome to our Let's Play of Deus Ex Human Revolution. In the last episode, we scrounged through the streets of Detroit that has been torn apart by riots in order to find some background information about our own past, and also about this character here, Isaiah Sandoval, Bill Taggart's aide, who was responsible for doctoring the transponders on the kidnapped scientists. It's taking a long time to load. Anyway, so now we're heading back to Seraph's to try and figure out the next step in whatever the hell we're going to be doing. It's not entirely clear at this point. This is what I call the Pacifist asshole run, where I don't kill anyone. I've been using entirely non-lethal techniques, but in conversations I am assertive, aggressive, and basically a dick to everybody. Okay? So that's been working out well. I've seen some new content, because the first time I went through the game I didn't have that chance, because I was a very virtuous soul. And so new things is happening all around. Here's Detroit. It looks pretty much the same as it always does, despite the fact that everything's on fire. So, nope. Cutscene.
Seraph?
David's just stepped out for a moment, Mr. Jensen. But do come in. I've been hoping to meet you.
Mr. Darrow. I'm surprised you even know who I am.
David speaks very highly of you. He says that when it comes to detective work, you are like a dog with a bone. Have you found your scientist yet?
What else did David tell you?
Over the years, plenty. But today I'm here as a friend and fellow scientist. Things are getting quite turbulent out there, wouldn't you agree? So many people drunk on revolution. The United Nations being urged to intervene. And all because of the technology I created.
Things have come a long way since then.
Haven't they? And now my old friend David wants me to lead us to the Promised Land. He's asked me to invite members of the UN to Panchaea, to convince them we don't need industry regulation.
Your geoengineering project in the Arctic Ocean.
The installation couldn't have been built without the assistance of augmented workers. And when it's finished, my little hole in the ocean is going to stop global warming. A lovely photo op, wouldn't you say?
If it works.
You mean, if it doesn't kill us all?
Adam? You're back. Can I speak to you outside? Get to the helipad, son. You're going back to Hengsha Island. Frank tracked down one of the GPLs.
Only one? Is it?
Sevchenko's. But Adam had to call in a favor of the DOD to do it.
Meaning, the conspirators probably know I'm coming.
Well, that was a little alarming. Check out these guys in their sweet leather suits and their scalp scars.
You're Adam Jensen, right? The security chief
and
here?
their weirdly
You did a
bending
good job
necks.
securing this building when the riot broke out.
Yeah. Alright, well, it looks like we are headed back to Hengsha. And, yep, that's the bathroom. And, in our second revisiting chapter, but at least this time we have the lead, we know who we're looking for and sort of why. Although exactly who is on board with the conspiracy has not quite yet been revealed. I mean, I know it because I've played the game before, but, I mean, it's not fair to say. Anyway. Alright. Get to our helipad, go back to China, clear up some loose ends. And it's Faridah.
Boss said we're heading back to Hengsha?
Pritchard tracks Sevchenko's GPL signal. If he's alive, there's a chance the rest of them are too.
That's a pretty big leap, Jensen.
We've been making big leaps for a while now.
Whatever you say. You ready to get going?
No time like the present. Let's get going.
Then hop in. Bad news, spy boy.
Spy boy.
Hengsha traffic control just revoked our clearance. We're being rerouted to another part of the city.
I don't like that. I suppose you can't just ignore them.
Yeah, right. Chinese government. I've got to comply. Bravo Echo Echo 008, proceeding to designated coordinates.
This doesn't look good.
What the hell? We've got a sandbox on our tail. Jensen, all systems are down. Hang on, we're going in hard. Jump, Jensen!
Malik, we've got company.
I know, but the bird took some damage. I'm gonna need to patch it up before I can go.
I'll stay in cover.
Negative.
Okay, we are up versus a veritable army here. And not only do we have to disable them all very quickly, because if we don't, then Faridah is going to get killed, but also we have to prevent them from dying, which is going to be difficult because these guys are in the company of mini explosive barrels. There's going to be a security bot that will explode when it dies, which is going to make this all very tricky. Alright, we take out the heavies, which is priority 1. Shit. Now we gotta take out everybody else. Snipers. Regular dudes. Use our gas grenades wisely. So good. Everyone's still alive. Okay, now to get the attention of this bad boy. Do something with him. I don't know what. Keep this guy's attention. Keep it away from Faridah, but also lure it into a place where I can kill it, perhaps with a typhoon. Maybe over here. It's got to get to follow me. Instead of backing up. Bastard. Alright, come over here. Come over here, fat ass. Let's try it.
Jensen, bird's fixed and I'm taking off. Get on with the damn mission.
I got it! I got it!
Thanks, spy boy.
Oh my god! I did it! I did it! I did it! I did it. I think I did it. He's alive. Is anyone dead? Alive? 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 This is looking good. Alive! Alright, these guys are the most likely to have died. For some weird reason. Alive. Alive. So far so good. Alive. This guy has disappeared. Oh no, he fell off the damn thing, didn't he? Well, so he lived. Yeah, I don't know what happened to him. But if he died, there should be a body. Or not. Oh. I know I saw him alive earlier. Alright, it appears that they are all alive. Hot dog. Okay. Well. I'll leave that one to be a tale of the tape. If it needs to be. I think we're fine. I think we are fucking fine. Alright, we did it. We fucking did it. So now it's time for the looting. Yeah, that's the sniper, and he's alive. He fell down somehow from the second floor and lived. These guys are apparently well paid for their trouble, so I'm going to relieve them of all of their cash before we head on to our next objective. And the combat rifle actually was, well, didn't really help at all, but the Typhoon was our buddy. I mean, the security bot is not necessarily that tough in terms of its HP. You can take it out with just a combat rifle. And, 50 or 60 bullets. But since this game doesn't usually have you crawling with ammo necessarily, it can be difficult to get that much. And if you were in my position and didn't have a gun, you would really have to scrounge. But anyway, we made it. We beat the ambush and we saved Faridah. And I thought, because I took numerous tries to get to that point, that we're just going to have to leave her for dead. But
Jensen, I've been monitoring
even though I am
around
an
Hengsha.
asshole in this run, it's not something I
Belltower's
wanted.
monitoring activity around Hengsha.
I know.
Belltower's looking
They
for you.
ambushed us, Bridget. Forced us to make an emergency landing. Malik barely got away in time.
But they're supposed to be...
Good guys.
Just give them a wide berth, Jensen. If they recognize you, they'll shoot. Give them a wide berth, Jensen. If they recognize you, they'll shoot.
Okay. Well, now there's an added wrinkle to our dealings here in Hengsha, which I think will be almost the exact same locations we went through the first time. And so, as to... Oh, it's not just me who's getting fucked up by this thing. This poor lady apparently is doing it as well. Well... Alright. So my goals here in Hengsha...
It's Pritchard.
Yeah.
Have you been watching the news?
Been a bit busy, Francis.
are
Jensen,
to
World
not only
Health Organization
fulfill the main
advising
mission,
all
but also
augmented patients to check in with Lim.
to do a side quest I've never done before.
The glitches I've been experiencing.
We've
But
all
anyway.
had them. So far, I can't determine why.
You heading to a clinic?
I'm running a few more tests, but since I can't exactly run them on you, and we don't know when you'll be back, you might not want to wait. Up to you. Up to you.
See, there's a Belltower guy right there, and now they are hostile to you. So let's de-hostilize him. You're alarmed. Well, these civilians are less alarmed. Don't play with the gun in your face, buddies. That didn't mean any harm.
我听说在恒沙商城区排队，我老婆嘴说我有疑心病，我才被抓。
What's up, civilians? Civilians are a little freaked out. Okay, that's Talion Medical. Oh, here's the... So if I remember what I read correctly, there is a side quest you can pick up here.
I'm sorry, I don't want to talk right now. I'm so worried about you.
Sir, can I borrow a minute of your time? I am not mistaken. You are Mr. Jensen, right?
Dr. Wayne.
Who's asking?
I am sorry, Mr. Jensen. I am being impolite. My name is Wing Hui. I am a doctor.
I can see that. What I really meant to ask is, how do you know who I am?
Yes, of course. Excuse me, for I am a bit nervous. Belltower agents were here a while ago, looking for a man who fits your description. When I heard what they were saying of you, it occurred to me that you might be exactly the person I need.
What a haircut this guy has.
Need for what, exactly? Tread carefully, Doc, because I'm about one step away from losing my patience here.
No, please, you misunderstand. I only wish to talk to you about something. And it is not an easy subject to discuss, as it is a rather sensitive matter. Truly, Mr. Jensen, I would never force anyone to do something against their will. On that, you have my word.
Glad to hear it. So what's this all about then?
I'm afraid I won't be able to go into very much details. Not before I know you are really willing to help. But I need someone to help me to stop a very dangerous augmented soldier, and possibly his squad mates. If everything Belltower said of you is true, then you would seem the good fit for this job.
Fine, I'll do it. Just tell me more.
I will
Thank
accept
you.
this.
Now please, understand that I am to give you sensitive information on multiple parties.
Yeah, just hammer it out, Doc.
It concerns Belltower Associates. You know the work they do here, but what you and the rest of the general public do not know is that they sometimes contract limb doctors to operate in private for them on special projects.
What kind of special projects?
What you Americans call black operations. Belltower selects some of their best soldiers and make them to be super augmented with experimental top secret hardware.
Not to sound too jaded, Doc, but none of that comes as a big surprise. Stuff like that's been going on for years.
Yes. Your government and mine have both been guilty of this practice, I am sure. But Belltower is not a government. They are a private corporation, a private army, on sale to the highest bidder.
Is this about stopping Belltower then? Because as much as I might hate them right now, I'm only one man.
No, it is not all of Belltower I need help with. It is just one of their covert operatives, a man named Michael Zelazny. He was implanted with experimental hardware, and to an extent that is way beyond legal regulations. I am ashamed to say I have operated on him myself, and he has been used in countless secret operations for the Chinese and others.
Super augmented, silent, and deadly. I just might end up enjoying this.
The death of another person is not something to be enjoyed, Mr. Jensen. And this man is not someone to be played with. He and his unit have gone rogue a month ago. 2 weeks later, they were most likely responsible for the murder of a city official. And then, a few days ago, they contacted me. Mr. Zelazny needed urgent help with one of his squad mates' augmentations.
I take it you said you would help.
They sent me to the back store of a meat shop near Pandang Road, in the Yutzao district. There, I performed emergency repairs on one of the agent's arms, a servo replacement. I believe this back store is their hideout, Mr. Jensen. You must go there and make Mr. Zelazny hear reason.
Yeah, I mean, what are super augmented killing machines known for, if not their unmatched love for dialogue? I'm sure nothing could go wrong.
Do not be too eager to dismiss the possibility of speaking to him, Mr. Jensen. Mr. Zelazny is a soldier, not a maniac. Your own unique situation will no doubt resonate with him. But if things do turn sour and he must be terminated, I think you are a good candidate to get it
he
done.
must be terminated.
Or at least
I think you are a
survive.
good candidate to get it done. Or at least survive.
All right. Well, we have gotten our updates now. We've got our side quest.
I'll think about it.
No.
I'll think about it.
The thing is, if you get it, right, to spoil something that happens later, if you get the augmented chip, the new augmented chip, it will screw you up later in the game. Alright. Let's see, anything? Let's buy some Typhoon ammo just in case we ever need it. I can't afford a Praxis kit. Can't get a jar of this stuff. That's good. Alright. So, and that's the reason I don't want it, because it's going to screw us up later. Alright, and our side quest is called Talion AD. So, G-Shishuang district. We need to get to the Yuzhou district, which is somewhere right here, in fact. Good. That's what I want. Okay, so I think we should be in Yuzhou now. Yes.
Mr. Jensen,
See our side quest marker.
please forgive this intrusion, but David assured me of your cooperation and discretion. I find myself in need of some assistance.
I'm listening.
A contact of mine, Meng Yao, is in Hengsha, waiting to fill you in. I'll upload her coordinates now.
Meet Utero's contact. I don't remember this this mission, but I'll look into it after I get done with this one. Hello, Meat Shop. Guy. Oh, look at this. Okay. Who knows what awaits us here? I don't. Never done this before. Dead man. Lots of dead people around here. Pocket secretary will tell us something. Move down below. That would seem to indicate the sewers. Now, wouldn't it? If there is indeed a sewer to this, I don't really recall. But most places in this game seem to have sewers. Oh, just another example of me being an idiot and not knowing what the hell is going on. So, sewer entrance A. Sewer entrance. Aha! I walked right past it the first time. Of course. Of course. Well, this looks ominous. Bunch of friendlies in the distance. Belltower friendlies. Weird. Well, since they are obviously friendly, let's go have a chat.
If you're talking about your former buddies at Belltower, the answer is no.
Wait a minute.
If you're talking about your former buddies at
Jensen.
Belltower, the answer is no.
Wait a
I
minute.
heard that some of my former buddies have been looking for you.
Yeah, it seems no matter how many of their friends I send back in
Rash.
body bags, they just don't get the message. No matter how many of
Sin
their
of their
friends I send back
mouths,
in body bags,
words
they just
of
don't
their
get the
lips.
message.
Let them be trapped in their pride.
You've dropped the merc gig to become a man of the cloth.
Hardly.
You've dropped the merc gig to become a man of the cloth.
And I love quoting the book. Everything in it is so evocative. Now, tell me, are you here to stop me?
Not exactly. I'm here on behalf of someone who wants you to understand
Not exactly.
reason.
Yes,
I'm here on behalf of someone who wants you to understand reason.
he's a good man. And I know he's only trying to do
This
it.
guy's got a wiggly ass gun.
He doesn't quite grasp the whole picture.
Then why don't you enlighten me? Start by explaining why you went rogue.
When an average man decides he no longer shares his employer's views and opts to leave, we say he's handing in his resignation. When men like us do the same, it's called going rogue. You can't quit a job like ours, Jensen. You know that.
Okay, so you didn't agree with your boss. Doesn't mean you have a right to go about killing people just because you feel like it. I won't let you.
What makes you think you could stop me? You might hurt some of us, but in the end, my men and I will win. If you make us fight.
Fair enough. But you still haven't answered my question.
That's
what do you
not
mean when you say you know
start a fight immediately.
Back in the U.S., when I first got into the Army, I did it because I wanted to serve my country. I believed in its values. I believed in its government. Back then, I believed that by serving my government, I was serving the people it was supposed to protect.
Nice sentiment. But you don't work for the U.S. anymore. You work for Belltower.
Times change, Jensen. You know the story. Capitalism's final encroachment on one of the most lucrative industries in the history of mankind. War got privatized. The U.S. military offloaded its special operations to PMCs like Blue Water Global and Belltower. I believe that as long as they were working for the government, they were serving the same cause. So when they offered me the chance to work on major operations at twice the pay grade, I made my jump.
Why don't we just skip to when things went sour?
Belltower outfitted us with top-notch augmentations. The kind of stuff civilians never knew about. Gave us a massive edge over the enemy. Later,
I'm an asshole. I'm not
the
belligerent.
Successful ones, they selected us for a special program. Top secret, experimental tech. Told us we would get to work on critical black ops for the U.S. government. There was a price to pay. We had to be implanted with a neural hub that manipulates memory centers in the brain, basically controlling what you can and cannot remember.
And you agreed to this?
Beware of false prophets who come in sheep's clothing, but
and you agreed to this?
Beware of false prophets. The augmentation was supposed to keep us safe, make sure we'd never remember details if we fell behind enemy lines. That was the main function. The second one, the one they didn't tell us about, was to lower our inhibitions, make us more receptive to orders we'd likely disobey. Belltower turned us into the perfect mercs.
If you were so perfect, and the hub made you so perfect, how did it fail? How come they didn't update the whole agency?
I told you the tech was experimental. After a couple of ops, I started experiencing memory shifts, remembering bits and fragments of past operations. Slowly, I realized some of these operations couldn't logically have been orchestrated by the government. I was asked to do highly questionable things, even by professional standards.
Aren't we all?
Not like this, Jensen. Our services have been sold to corrupt officials in the American and Chinese governments. A combination of lies and use of the neural law made sure we complied. We were working for a shadow government, individuals corrupted by a quest for personal power.
So how'd you get out of it?
I confronted the project director. He quoted Apocalypse Now. You have to have men who are moral, at the same time who are able to utilize their primordial instincts to kill without feeling. I forced him to disconnect the hub, for me and my squad mates here. And I killed him. I went through his files and contacts. I know who these corrupt men are now. They've turned us into killing machines, and now they'll get to experience their experiment firsthand.
Dr. Wing said our situations would resonate. I don't think he realized it might go both ways. Some men deserve...
Might as well let him murder the bitches.
Do what you have to do, Zelazny. I won't get in your way.
I appreciate that, Jensen.
Do what you have to do, Zelazny.
I didn't want you to die for a cause that isn't yours. These men I killed, and these men I'm going to kill. They have names, families, they're people. Their deaths shouldn't be erased from my memory by some electronic software. They should haunt me, taunt me, until I finally meet our Lord and pay for my sins. The men behind this, they deserve to die. I think there's poetry in the fact that they engineered their own demise.
Well, wasn't the most kind of morally clear answer to the situation, but it was pretty cool. And I didn't have to murder anyone, or even knock anyone unconscious. Just have a nice
Jensen.
chat.
Zelazny here.
Zelazny? How'd you get this frequency?
You're no stranger to top secret augmentations, Jensen. You figure it out. In the meantime, just want to let you know I've contacted some of my old pals at Belltower. Got to reassign a couple of local patrols. You should have a few less problems to deal with for a while.
Thanks.
Don't mention it.
So, you have found Zelazny? I cannot
Hey, Dr.
stress
Wayne.
enough the importance of this
You have
task,
found
Mr.
Zelazny?
Jensen.
I cannot stress enough the importance of this
I
task,
found him.
Mr. Jensen.
Really, Mr. Jensen? You have been
Complete.
able to make him understand
Found
reason.
him. Really, Mr.
Will
Jensen?
he turn himself
You
in?
have been able to make him understand reason? Will he
It's a
turn
long
himself
story,
in?
Doc. I tracked Zelazny and his men. They were hiding in the sewers.
It's a long story.
But after talking to him, I decided to let him go.
What? But he is a dangerous man, Mr. Jensen.
What?
You should not have done
But
this.
he is a dangerous man, Mr. Jensen. You should not have done this.
The men Zelazny's after are
Let's
far more
go.
dangerous than he is. His methods are
Convinced.
extreme, but I think his cause is justified. To be honest, Doc, I believe what he wants isn't that different from you. An honorable government free of corruption. They could use a man like you.
I had not foreseen such a thing. I don't know, Mr. Jensen. You seem
had
to
not
believe
foreseen
that the
such a
end
thing.
justifies the means.
I don't know, Mr. Jensen.
But I don't know.
You seem to
I'll
believe
have to
that the
think
end
about this.
justifies the means.
Here is a praxis
But
kit.
I don't know.
It's all I have.
I'll have to think about this. Here is a practice kit.
Sweet.
It's all I have.
Yeah! Got the achievement, the quest is done, and now we can move on to less exciting and more retread things. But anyway, it's all worth doing. Okay, well I'm happy. I'll spend my praxis. But before that, I will